Benvenuto! Welcome to Cherry Hill Home Cooking. My name is Mark. Today we're going to make the world famous or infamous or US famous Neiman Marcus chicken casserole. My grandmother used to make this quite a bit when I was younger. It was always one of my favorites. So for those of you who don't know what Neiman Marcus is or have never heard of it, it's an upscale department store that was really big across the United States, let's say in the 60s, 70s, 80s, well, even up to the 2000s. Like a lot of retailers, they ran into some financial trouble, and I guess COVID really hurt them because, of course, people weren't going shopping and so on and so forth. Although that big gigantic company that we all get a package from every day probably hurt retail shopping more than anybody else. But anyway, there are still a few across the countries. I think they actually were purchased by another company, by Saks Global or something like that. Not that it matters, but anyway, there is still one in Massachusetts, in the city of Boston, and it's one of their big ones. All right, so the reason this is called Neiman Marcus Chicken Casserole, and I believe this is not an urban myth. I believe it's true. Some of the Neiman Marcuses across the country, and there's more than a few. I think there's about 36 I read still open across the country. But anyway, a couple of them had cafes, and it was a whole experience. You can go shopping. You get to have a nice little bite to eat. I don't know how many had cafes across the country, but there's also a world famous Neiman Marcus ooey gooey butter cake that I would love to make, except there's a lot of carbs in that. Maybe once I get to back to my fighting weight, we'll make one of those. But anyway, it's a quick, simple, easy, delicious weeknight dinner. I've taken a couple shortcuts to make it a little bit easier and a little bit faster. So the first thing is we've got our oven set at 350 degrees. All right. Now, second thing is I've got roughly about 4 cups of cooked chicken. This happens to be rotisserie chicken from the supermarket. I didn't even have to buy the whole chicken. They had this already, chopped up in, where they do the chickens. So I thought, oh, that'd be perfect. Now, if you don't have rotisserie chicken, of course, this is awesome for leftovers as well. Just roast a couple chicken breasts, probably 2 or 3 pounds of chicken breasts, and chop it up. This is also a great recipe to use up any leftover chicken, or with Turkey Day so close, it's a great way to use up some turkey leftover as well. All right, so we've got 4 cups of cooked. That's important. It's got to be cooked, guys, because this is not baked for a long time. So you want cooked chicken. We got 2 cups of cheddar cheese. We need a can of cream of chicken soup. Now you can use any cream of, if you want, you can use cream of mushroom, you could use cream of celery. The original recipe calls for cream of chicken, so that's what we're going to use. We got a half a cup of sliced almonds. Now, as far as the seasoning, I think from what I've seen, the original recipe really doesn't call for any additional seasoning. Over the years, I've spiced it up a little bit. All right, so we need, I'll talk about that in a minute. I got a little bit of Cajun seasoning here. We got some onion powder, garlic powder, salt and pepper. Okay, I've got that all over here. Also for the sauce and the chicken, we need 1 cup of sour cream. All right, now, the recipe calls for 6 slices of cooked bacon. I'm going to put that in the recipe, the 6 slices, because I wanted to make this an quick, easy weekday meal. And also the way that I do it myself is I use real bacon bits, okay, instead of frying up the bacon. All right, so you want 6 slices, probably going to use a couple tablespoons of this. All right, and we got some chives, all right, that we're just going to chop up. Now, you could use real onions if you use real onions. These are chives, but if you used fresh onions, I would say saute them a bit because again, this is not going to cook long. This way, with the scallions or green onions, they cook up really fast. All right. Now, the thing that makes it really, really yummy is we need a half a stick of butter. You can use salted, unsalted. I'm not adding a lot of salt to this. This happens to be salted butter, I believe it is. Yeah, it's just regular salted butter. So I've got it melted in this bowl, all right? Then you need a whole sleeve of Ritz or butter crackers. These happen to be Ritz. whatever you want to use, as long as it's one of those nice buttery crackers. All right, so we're going to put them in that bag and just crush them up. Like I said, this recipe goes together really fast, especially if you don't have to roast any chicken. But if you didn't have chicken, you know, my grandmother would occasionally use, if she had a craving for this, would occasionally use canned chicken. I suppose you could use that. Or, like I said, if you buy a couple chicken breasts, just, you know, lightly salt and pepper them, throw in the oven, throw them in the 350-degree oven until they're cooked to temp. All right, so then we want to take our crushed crackers. And again, one of the reasons I'm not using a lot of salt in this is because these are pretty heavily salted in and of themselves. So you just want to put them in there and give them a stir. Get it all coated with the butter. Okay, nice and simple. And we can set that aside. All right, so before I let you go and clean up this mess, we need a 9 by 13 inch casserole dish, lightly buttered. All right, I'm gonna put away the rest of this stuff and we'll throw this back together and get it in the oven. See you in a bit. All right, we got all that stuff out of the way. So we've got our can of, so you need a good sized bowl, okay guys, because we want to mix this and get it mixed, everything coated well. So I got our cream of chicken soup in this big bowl. We got our 1 cup of sour cream. I love these little, the hood. I think everybody has one, but this is actually a cup of sour cream, so you don't have to buy a 2/4 or quart one. And if you're not going to use it, why have it, right? All right, so we can mix those. You don't have to go and do this individually, mix it individually. You can just mix it all at once, but you guys know how persnickety I can be. All right, so we'll get that mixed. I'm going to need a bigger spoon. We got all of our seasonings in there. And we'll get our green onions in there. And if you want to cut a couple extra green onions for garnish, you certainly can. I'll be right back. I better get a bigger spoon. There we go. All right, and then like I said, if you're going to use your fresh bacon or cook your bacon, go right ahead. I'm going to say, oops, I don't need the preservative. I'm going to say that'll be good. And you can also save a little bit of bacon for your garnish if you so choose. And we might as well get our almonds in there too. The almonds give it a nice little crunch and flavor, of course. All right, and then we've got our chicken in. Ooh, a couple big pieces in there. I'll break up a bit. Now, if you want, you could add some frozen peas or carrots to this. Like I said, because I'm trying to keep this pretty close to the recipe. We're not going to do that today. Let's give it a little turn. And we got our cheese. And you want to get that as nicely coated as possible. Now if you kind of do almost like a folding technique. Now this would actually make a delicious chicken salad too. Now I just want to get a piece of bread and put some in there, and because everything is technically cooked in here. Again, we got our oven set at 350. It's preheated. Okay, I think that's good. Put this aside. All right, then we got our prepared pan. Imagine how delicious it's going to be. That's going to get all melty.
It already smells good.
I know, doesn't it? Then you want to put it in your pan. I mean, this is one of these things that is great for dinner, and then when you have leftovers, take it to lunch. Get all that deliciousness out of there. And then just spread it evenly out. And because this is all cooked, really, everything that we've got in there, it really doesn't take that long to heat through. Now you could go ahead and have this with rice or, say, egg noodles. You can have it over it as a side. I'm not going to do that today because as much as I love rice, there's a lot of carbs in rice. We're just going to have this with a nice veggies. Right. And we got our delicious mixture here. And all over the place. And I'm going to use my fingers to just get this all around. Or I should say my hands. This Ritz crackers smell delicious too. That's one of the things I've missed kind of watching the carbs. Is I love Ritz crackers. Although 5 of them has only 80 calories and 10 grams of carbs. So, and I have been able to discipline myself and have just 5 with, you know, some cheese, opposed to eating an entire tube of them. All right, that's all there is to it, guys. Let me just wash off my hands. And we're going to put this in a 350 degree oven for 350 degree oven for say 25 to 30 minutes, or until it's golden brown, 20 to 25. All right, we'll give it a look in, say, 20. On the center rack, of course. Okay, set a timer for 22 minutes.
Got it, 22 minutes. And that's starting now.
And of course the 22 is my idea that by opening up the oven, I've brought the heat down a few degrees. So anyway, I'm gonna give it a check in 20 minutes. If it's nice and golden brown and bubbly, then it's done. If not, I'll let it go for another 5 minutes or so. All right, see you in about 25 minutes. All right, guys, I checked it at about 25 minutes. I wanted it a little bit browner, so I let it go for about another 5 minutes. So I think it's perfect now. And it is. So it's golden brown and delicious. We got some bubbling going around on the sides, a little bit in the middle. All right, looks fully warmed through to me. All right, now, again, as with any casserole, the worst part is waiting 5 or 10 minutes after it comes out of the oven to let it cool down a bit and kind of firm up again. So we're gonna let this sit for 10 minutes and then we're gonna have supper. And I'm hungry, I can't wait. All right, we're back to do the best part, the eating. Let's dig in.
This smells so good.
It smells delicious.
Baking.
I'm so hungry too.
That is delicious.
That's delicious. I mean, it's chicken cheesy goodness.
Yeah.
And bacon and the Ritz crackers. Because it was always one of my favorites as a kid. And as an old person, it is as well. So, I hope you guys have
Really good.
enjoyed making dinner with us. I hope that you try this. And if you do, let us know. Look, I dropped some chicken. That's all I have to say.
Hey guys, remember to like and subscribe, and we'll see you on our next video.
Ciao.
Bye.
That's tasty.
That is really good.